March is a month of deep transformation, karmic endings, and powerful fresh starts. With Venus and Mercury both retrograde, 2 eclipses, and Neptune shifting signs, these energies call for reassessment, release, and even renewal. It begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, prompting review of relationships, finances, and personal values. Mercury then enters Aries on the 3rd, increasing mental activity, but also impulsivity. And then on the 14th, a lunar eclipse in Virgo, and the South Node pushes us all to let go of outdated habits and perfectionistic tendencies. As Mercury retrogrades in Aries on the 15th of March, decision-making slows down, encouraging reflection. The Sun enters Aries on the 20th of March, bringing a surge of confidence, but with Venus moving back into Pisces on the 27th, emotions take center stage. The solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th marks a turning point, urging decisive action. And finally, on the 30th of March, Mercury moves into Pisces and Neptune enters Aries, shifting focus towards intuition and visionary goals. So this is a month about clearing the past and stepping into a more aligned future. So let's explore what it means for each of your signs. So listen for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. Your sun is your ultimate mission and your goals in life, while your moon is more private and subjective. But your rising sign will always be the most accurate, as it's how your entire zodiac chart is laid out and where you will feel the energies the most. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, a Western tropical astrologer, and I would love to see you again. So if you enjoy these types of videos, subscribe and like below so you can receive future updates. So let's begin. For Aries, March brings major shifts, deep reflection, and powerful new beginnings. With Venus and Mercury retrograde in your sign, 2 game-changing eclipses, and Neptune entering Aries for the first time in 150 years, the universe is realigning your path. Expect big revelations in love, career, and personal self-image. Old passions may resurface, but not to hold you back, but to help you break free. Eclipses will push you to rebalance your life, reclaiming your power and trusting your instincts. This is a once-in-a-lifetime transformation, and things may feel a little bit uncertain, but trust that everything is falling into place for you. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, a tropical Western astrologer, and I do all my delineations in whole sign house. And if you're enjoying this, I would love to see you again, so please feel free to like, subscribe, and perhaps share on with anyone that may appreciate it. Let's dive in. For Aries, March 2025 is a powerful turning point, bringing major shifts of identity, relationships, career, daily routines, and even your subconscious. With Venus, Mercury, and the Sun and Neptune, and 2 eclipses all making big moves, this month is about reflection, realignment, and renewal. So let's break it down. It all starts with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd, lighting up your first house of self, appearance, and personal identity. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and finances, and moving backwards in your sign might make you question how you present yourself to the world at large. You could be reevaluating relationships, redefining your personal style, or even reflecting on your own personal self-worth. Venus rules attraction and harmony, so it isn't the time to rush into new relationships or make drastic changes. Instead, it's a chance to check in with yourself. Are your desires aligned with who you want to become? Maybe also revisiting old love stories, not necessarily to rekindle them, but to find closure and learn something new. Next, Mercury enters Aries on the 3rd of March, activating your first house. Mercury is the planet of communication, intellect, and ideas. So this brings a surge of energy to your thoughts, speech, and your decision-making. You'll be more outspoken. But with Mercury moving so fast, it's easy to speak before you think. So it's a great time for new ideas, but pace yourself, especially with Mercury retrograde coming up real soon. On the 14th of March, a lunar eclipse on the south node of Virgo highlights your sixth house of work, health, and daily routines. Eclipses are game changers, and this one signals an ending or culmination to your job, wellness habits, or even responsibilities. The sixth house rules routines, service, and the body, so you might be letting go of a stressful work situation, switching up your daily routines, or making a major health-related decision. The South Node represents release and past patterns, so this could be a time to step away from something that perhaps no longer serves you. And if you've been overworking or neglecting your health or even stuck in perfectionism, this eclipse will push you to And the very, very next day, on the 15th of March, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, backtracking through your first house. Now, before you panic, this is not necessarily a bad thing. Mercury retrograde is all about reviewing, revisiting, and reflecting. So you might be rethinking personal goals, reconsidering how you express yourself, or revisiting old ideas. It's a great time to redefine your plans before taking action, but it's not ideal for launching something brand new. Expect some miscommunication, but instead of pure frustration, see this as a chance to slow down and make sure that you're doing everything aligned with the future vision of your life. And by March the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, bringing a fresh energy to your first house of self and vitality. This is your cosmic reset button, a time for renewed confidence, clarity, and motivation. The Sun represents life force and purpose, so even with Mercury retrograde, you'll feel like things are coming together, but behind the scenes. Then on the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting the focus of your 12th house of subconscious and spirituality and endings. The 12th house is about what is hidden, your dreams, fears, and even emotional baggage. So with Venus here, old emotional wounds, past relationships, or even unfinished creative projects could perhaps resurface. This is a deeply healing and introspective period, encouraging you to forgive, reflect, and even to release. It's also an amazing time for spiritual practices, creative inspiration, and quiet self-care. Then comes the big one. March the 29th, the solar eclipse in Aries, lighting up your first house. This is a huge new beginning and a moment of reinvention. Solar eclipses bring fated opportunities, and this one is pushing you towards bold new chapter in self-expression, personal goals, and your identity. So maybe you're changing your look, stepping into a leadership role, or perhaps gaining a major clarity in self-direction. And since Mercury is retrograde, this is a powerful time to set intention, but let things fold naturally rather than forcing big moves. And on March 30th, Mercury moves into Pisces, taking your thoughts inwards and making intuition even stronger. So conversations may feel more emotional, dreams could be more vivid, and you might feel drawn towards quiet reflection. And on the same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in over 150 years, marking this an incredible new beginning of long-term spiritual transformation in your first house of self. Neptune is the planet of dreams, intuition, and higher consciousness. So over the next several years, you'll be redefining your sense of identity in a deeply intuitive and even creative way. And by the end of March, you would have navigated deep reflection, major turning points, and exciting new beginnings. While the retrograde encourages patience, they're setting you up for a powerful and lasting transformation. So trust the process and embrace introspection and get ready for the next chapter of your evolution. So for Aries, oh my goodness, what a powerful month this is for you. So just seep it all in, take it all in, and just be introspective and reflective about the things that are about to unfold in your life. And of course, if you're enjoying this, I would love for you to subscribe and like the channel and perhaps even share on to someone that may appreciate it. Till next time. For Taurus, this month, change is happening behind the scenes. March is all about letting go, looking inwards, and realigning with your true path. With Venus, your ruling planet, going retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and 2 powerful eclipses, and Neptune making a rare move, you're stepping into a period of profound shift in your subconscious, friendships, and creative area. You'll feel drawn towards healing, reconnecting with your intuition, and reassessing your relationships and long-term goals. Some things will end, others will transform, and by the time April arrives, you'll have a clearer sense of purpose and even direction. This is a month to trust the process, embrace reflection, and prepare for a new chapter in your personal and professional life. So let's dive in and see what's unfolding for you. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, and I'm a tropical Western astrologer, and I do all of my delineations in whole sign houses. So if you enjoy this and would like to see more, I'd love to see you again. So please feel free to like and subscribe and share on to anyone that may appreciate it. Let's start. March 2025 is a deeply introspective yet transformative month for Taurus, with Venus, Mercury, and the Sun and Neptune and 2 eclipses all in motion this month. This is about reflection, recalibration, and preparing for major new shifts in a brand new direction. It all begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your 12th house of hidden matters, rest, and the subconscious. Venus is your ruling planet, so wherever it retrogrades, you may feel it the most. The 12th house is where we retreat, reflect, and heal. And with Venus moving backwards here, you may find yourself revisiting past emotions, unresolved relationship patterns, or even hidden fears around love and money. This is a time for deep inner work, revisiting your spiritual side and letting go of anything that no longer serves your emotional and spiritual well-being. So old loves or memories might resurface, not necessarily to be rekindled, but to bring closure and, of course, a deep understanding. Next, Mercury enters Aries on the 2nd of March, lighting up your 12th house and bringing heightened intuition, vivid dreams, and inner thoughts. Mercury here makes it much easier to pick up on even subtle clues, but it can also bring mental restlessness or even overthinking. This is an amazing time for journaling, therapy, or spiritual practices, as you might uncover insights that have been hidden from you for a long time. And on the 14th of March, a lunar eclipse in Virgo lands in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and pleasure, and self-expression. Eclipses bring major turning points, endings, and breakthroughs. And with this one happening in your 5th house, you could experience a creative awakening, a shift in romantic relationships, or even a completion of a passion project. If a love affair or creative endeavor has been running its course, this eclipse could mark a natural ending or a realization that helps you move forwards towards things in a new way. The 5th house also rules children, so this could mean a time where something significant happens regard to your children. Whether you're spending more time with them, making family-related decisions, or perhaps reflecting on what brings you joy, this eclipse could definitely highlight it. And on the very next day, the 15th of March, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your thoughts even deeper towards your subconscious. Mercury retrograde is a time for reflection, review, and rethinking rather than rushing forward. And since this is happening in your 12th house, you may find that your dreams are becoming more intense, past memories may resurface, or you may decide that you need more solitude to even process these thoughts going forward. It's an incredible time to go inwards, meditate, and allow insights to unfold naturally. So don't force decisions, trust that clarity will come, but in time. Then on March the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, bringing energy and awareness to your 12th house. This is normally a quiet and introspective time of year for you, as the Sun moves through the final house of your chart before Taurus season begins. You may feel the need to rest, recharge, and clear out old emotional baggage before stepping into a new cycle next month. This is an incredible time to focus on care, healing, and even spiritual reflection. And by the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting its focus to your 11th house of friendship, community, and long-term aspirations. This is a powerful time to reconnect with friends, reflect on your social circles, and reassess your goals for the future. Venus here might bring unions with past acquaintances or inspire you to rethink which friendships and communities truly align with your personal values. And if a group or goal you've been part of no longer feels right, this retrograde could help you gain clarity before making the big change forward. Then comes the huge moment. On March the 29th, a solar eclipse in Aries lights up your 12th house. And this is a deeply spiritual and transformative new beginning, making the start of a new cycle in your inner world. The 12th house governs endings, healings, and the subconscious. So this would be a time when you feel a strong pull to release something from your past, or embrace a new spiritual practice, or perhaps simply spend time in solitude to recharge. And since Mercury is still in retrograde, clarity might take a little bit of time to emerge, but trust that this eclipse is preparing you for major new rebirths. And on March the 30th, Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing your focus to your 11th house of friendship and aspiration. So conversations with friends may resurface, or you might rethink a collaborative project. This is an incredible time to reconnect with people who inspire you and revisit goals that maybe you were once excited about but put aside. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries, bringing a long-term transformation in your 12th house. Neptune is the planet of spirituality, intuition, and dreams. And in your 12th house, that marks the start of years-long journeys into deep emotional spiritual growth. And over time, you may find yourself more and more drawn to introspection, healing work, and even mystical pursuits. You'll also develop a deeper connection to your intuition, but it's important to stay grounded, as Neptune can blur boundaries and make things feel a little bit unclear. And by the end of March, you would have regone a period of reflection, emotional processing, and even realignment. So with so much happening in your 12th and 11th house, this is a time of letting go, gaining closure, and setting long-term goals. You're clearing out baggage so you can step into a new and more aligned version of yourself. So the key is to trust the process, embrace quiet moments, and know that clarity is coming. So for Taurus, this is a deeply introspective month and also sets the tone for months coming forward. So just enjoy into this very, very spiritual time of yours. And of course, if you're enjoying this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and even share on to someone that may appreciate. Cheers for now. So for Gemini, get ready. March is bringing major shifts in friendships, career, and home life, and your long-term goals. So with Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two eclipses and Neptune entering Aries for the first time in over 150 years. This month is about reflection, course correction, and setting up the stage for new beginnings. So some areas of your life may feel paused, but trust that everything is rearranging in your favor. It all starts with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, highlighting your 11th house of friendships, aspirations, and social networks. Venus retrogrades here asks you to reassess your social circles, connect with old friends, or even reflect on long-term goals. So a question to ask yourself are, have your ambitions shifted? Or are your friendships truly aligned with where you're headed? You might feel drawn to past collaborations or perhaps even past dreams, but don't rush into new commitment just yet. On March 3rd, Mercury into Aries is adding an even more focused attention to your 11th house. So expect bold conversations, networking opportunities, and revisiting unfinished ideas. But be mindful, Mercury in Aries can make the words sharp and even sharper than intended. Then comes the big moment. March the 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo, activating your 4th house of home and family, and of course, emotional security. This eclipse marks an ending or culmination, or even a major turning point in your personal life. You may be moving, making a big decision about family, or shifting the way that you nurture yourself emotionally. And if there have been unresolved issues at home, this eclipse will bring them to surface for resolution. And since it's all happening on the South Node, it's about letting go of what no longer serves you and your inner stability. And on the very next day, on the 15th of March, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your attention back to friendships, networking, and long-term dreams. Mercury retrograde is not a time for major launches or big decisions, but it's a perfect time for revisiting and redefining your plans. And if friendship or group dynamic has been a little bit uncertain, this retrograde will bring reconnection or even closure. And then on the 20th of March, the Sun enters Aries, lighting up your 11th house. So your focus shifts towards leadership, community, and your future aspirations. But with Mercury still retrograde, take things slow. There's no rush to figure everything out all at once. And by the 27th of March, Venus moves back into Pisces, shifting its retrograde focus to your 10th house of career, reputation, and public image. This is an absolutely pivotal moment to reassess your professional path. Are you fulfilling your current role? Does your work feel like your true values? You might reconnect with old bosses, revisit career opportunities, or perhaps rethink your public persona. This is an amazing time to fine-tune your personal goals before making any big moves going forward. And then on March 29th, the final solar eclipse in Aries lands in your 11th house, making a fresh start to friendships, collaboration, and long-term aspirations. This is the last eclipse in Aries for a while, so it's a powerful push towards aligning with the right people and projects. And if you've been feeling a little bit out of sync with certain friends or groups, this eclipse will help you step into a new chapter. But just keep in mind that Mercury is still retrograde, so let things take their time to unfold before rushing forward. Then the energy shifts again on March the 30th when Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive, thoughtful approach to your 10th house of career. So conversations about work and at work may take a more deeper and more emotional tone, and you might feel drawn to a creative or spiritually fulfilling career path. On the same day, Neptune enters Aries, bringing a long-term transformation to your 11th house. So over the coming years, your friendships and social networks and long-term goals will evolve into unexpected ways. And you might feel more realistic about your dreams, drawn to humanitarian causes, or inspired to build meaningful connections. And by the end of March, you would have gained clarity on friendships, career direction, and personal stability. So some relationships or ambitions may fade away, but only to make room for new opportunities that are truly aligned to you. So trust the process. This is a month of realignment, deep reflection, and preparing for a powerful next chapter. So for Gemini, what a powerful month March is for you. And it really just sets the tone going forward for the rest of the year in these areas of your life. So let me know below how it's going for you. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, share, and perhaps subscribe so you can get future videos going forward. See you later. So for Cancer, brace yourself. March is one of the most pivotal months of the year for you. With Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two powerful eclipses, and Neptune entering Aries for the first time in 150 years. This month is about breaking free from outdated patterns, rethinking your long-term ambitions, and stepping into a new version of yourself. So if things have been feeling uncertain in the air, trust that this is a part of necessary realignment that will set you on the right path. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, a tropical Western astrologer, and I would love to have you here again. So if you like this, I would love for you to like and subscribe and perhaps share on with anyone that may appreciate it. Let's begin. So it all begins on March the 2nd when Venus stations retrograde in Aries, house of career, public image, and reputation. Venus rules relationships, finance, beauty, and harmony. So when it moves backwards in this area of your chart, it's time to reassess your professional path and how you present yourself to the world. Questions you could ask yourself are, does your job reflect your personal value, or are you appreciated for the efforts that you put in at work? So Venus retrograde here can bring past career opportunities or work relationships back into your life. So perhaps an old employer reaches out to you, or you reconsider a job path that you have once previously dismissed. And if you're feeling a little bit undervalued in your professional life, this retrograde encourages you to reflect on what you truly need to change. And since Venus also governs finances, this could be an amazing time when you revisit salary negotiations, budget adjustments, or investment decisions related to your career. And then on March the 3rd, Mercury enters Aries, adding more focus to your 10th house. So your thoughts, conversations, and ideas will revolve around career, public status, and work-related issues. But since Mercury is moving so fast through Aries, you may feel pressure to make quick decisions. So avoid rushing into things as things are in flux with Mercury retrograde coming up soon. So be careful to review things when it's needed. And on March the 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo highlights your third house of communication, learning, and daily interactions. Eclipses bring major turning points, endings, and revelations, and this one is about clearing out outdated perspectives and redefining how you express yourself. So you might complete an important project, end a course of study, or make a significant decision regarding travel, writing, or contract. And since this eclipse falls on the south node, it's about letting go of outdated patterns, distractions, or limiting beliefs. And if you've been struggling with overanalyzing, negative self-talk, or information overload, this eclipse helps you to mentally declutter. And relationships with siblings, neighbors, or co-workers could also shift. Perhaps an old dynamic could come up to an end, or you gain an insight to a past misunderstanding. And the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back towards your career matters. Mercury retrograde is not the time for big career moves, but rather for reviewing, refining, and reworking your plans. And if you've been considering a job switch, salary negotiation, or launching a project, use this period for fine-tuning the details rather than impulsive choices. And since Mercury rules communication, delays or misinterpretations at work are likely to come up. So double-check important emails, contracts, and even agreements. Then on the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, bringing a renewed focus and energy to your 10th house. This is a powerful time for leadership and clarity about your career path. But with Mercury still retrograde, it's a time to plan rather than rush forward. So you might feel more visible or given an opportunity to step into the spotlight, but make sure that you're confident about your direction before making any permanent commitments. And by March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting your focus to your 9th house of travel, education, and belief system. This is an incredible time to reassess your worldview and spiritual perspective, and of course, long-term aspirations. So you might revisit an old academic interest, reconnect with an old past teacher, or even reflect on a journey that shaped your perspective on life. And since Venus rules love and relationship, this could also bring a romantic connection from another culture or someone from your past re-entering your life again. And then comes one of the biggest moments of the month, which is March the 29th, which is the final solar eclipse in Aries, and it lights up your 10th house of career and direction. This is the last eclipse in Aries for a very, very long time, making it a major turning point in your professional path. A new opportunity, career breakthrough, or leadership role could emerge, and this could signal a fresh start in your career. So if you've been feeling stuck or directionless in your work, this eclipse gives you the clarity and motivation to take that step forward. And since Mercury is still in retrograde, things may take a little bit of time to flush out and develop, but trust that this is the start of a powerful new chapter in your career. And the energy shifts again on March the 30th when Mercury moves back into Pisces, activating your 9th house of travel, education, and philosophy. So your thoughts may turn towards long-term plans, spiritual growth, or even ways of understanding the world. And if you've been feeling stuck in your perspective, this is the time to open your mind to brand new ideas. So conversations with mentors, teachers, or distant connections may bring up unexpected insights. And on this very, very same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in over 150 years, marking this a beginning of a long-term shift in your 10th house of career and reputation. So over the next several years, your professional identity will undergo a profound transformation. So you may feel personally drawn to creative or spiritual pursuits, or even a humanitarian career path. But Neptune can also bring illusions, so make sure to stay grounded in reality. And if you've been considering a career change, trust your intuition, but also do your research. And by the end of March, you would have navigated deep reflection, career assessments, mindset shifts, and long-term ambitions. Some paths will close, but only make room for opportunities that align with your true calling. This is an incredible time to trust the process, refine your vision, and prepare for powerful next chapters in both your professional and personal journey. So for Cancer, how profound, what an incredible March this is for you. So let me know in the below comment how it's going for you. And of course, if you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and even share on with someone that may appreciate it. Till next time. So for Leo, March is shaping up to be a pivotal month, bringing deep transformation, career revelations, and significant shifts to your belief systems. So with Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two powerful eclipses, and Neptune moving into Aries for the first time in 150 years, the universe is calling you to reassess your path, reflect on your ambitions, and make necessary adjustments for long-term success. And if things feel a little bit uncertain, know that this is all part of a greater cosmic recalibration designed to align you with your higher purpose. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, a tropical Western astrologer, and I would love to have you here again. So please press like and subscribe so you'll get more of these videos as the months and weeks click by. Let's carry on. So the month kicks off with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your 9th house of travel, education, spirituality, and Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and values, moving backwards here, asks you to reconsider your belief system, personal philosophies, and long-term aspirations. And you may find yourself reevaluating an educational path, questioning your spiritual views, or even reconnecting with an old mentor or teacher. So Venus retrograde in the 9th house might bring romantic connections with people from different cultures or philosophical backgrounds back into focus. This is a period of deep reflection, and it urges you to assess whether your current path truly aligns with your values. And then on March the 3rd, Mercury enters into Aries, bringing a mental boost to your 9th house. So you may feel inspired to explore new ideas or engage in philosophical debates, or even revisit old academic publishing projects. However, be mindful of Mercury in Aries. It can make you blunt or perhaps rush into things a little bit quickly. And then comes a major shift. On March the 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo lights up your 2nd house of finances, self-worth, and material stability. Eclipses bring endings, revelations, and transformations. And this one is all about letting go of outdated financial habits or beliefs about security. So you may complete a financial goal, pay off a debt, or experience a shift in income. And since this eclipse falls on the south node, it encourages releasing limiting beliefs around money and self-worth. And if you've been undervaluing yourself in business, relationships, or career, this eclipse pushes you to demand what you truly deserve. So some Leos may make important financial decisions, rework their budgets, or even let go of possessions that no longer hold value. And then on the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back on 9th house matters. Mercury retrograde is a time to review, reassess, and redefine rather than launch new ventures. So if you've been studying, publishing, or involved in any legal matters, expect a few delays or revisions. This is a great time to revisit an old research project, reconsider a long-term plan, or reconnect with the past mentor. Travel plans may also require a few adjustments, so double-check itineraries and avoid last-minute bookings. And then on the 20th of March, the Sun enters Aries, further energizing your 9th house. So while Mercury retrograde still encourages careful reflection, the Sun brings clarity, inspiration, and a renewed sense of adventure. So you may feel drawn to explore new intellectual or spiritual territories, embrace personal growth, or even redefine your long-term aspirations. This is a period of learning, broadening your horizons, and stepping into a more expansive mindset. And by the 27th of March, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting its focus to your 8th house of shared resources, transformation, and deep emotional bonds. And this brings up a strong emphasis on financial matters, intimacy, and psychological healing. So Venus retrogrades in the 8th can prompt reevaluations of financial partnerships, inheritances matters, and emotional entanglements. So old wounds around trust, vulnerability, and power dynamics in relationships may resurface, urging you to heal and release what no longer serves you. Financially, this could be a great time of reassessing investments, revisiting joint financial agreements, or perhaps even renegotiating contracts. And then comes one of the biggest moments of the year, March the 29th, the final solar eclipse in Aries, activating your 9th house. And this is the last eclipse in Aries for a very long time, making it a defining moment for your personal growth, education, and long-term ambitions. A new opportunity related to travel, publishing, or education may emerge, opening doors for a broader perspective. And if you've been searching for clarity in your life direction, this eclipse brings the push you need to move forward. And some Leos may decide to pursue a new educational path, embrace a new spiritual philosophy, or even take the leap into unknown territories. And since Mercury is still retrograde, things may take a little bit slow to fully develop. So be patient and allow events to unfold naturally. The energy shifts once again on March the 30th when Mercury moves back into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive and introspective tone to your 8th house of transformation. So conversations may be deeply emotional, financial matters may require review, and subconscious fears may come to light. This is a powerful time for shadow work, emotional healing, and reflecting on shared financial matters. And if you've been avoiding certain truths, the transit could help you face them with greater awareness. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in over 150 years, marking the beginning of a long-term transformation in your 9th house. And over the coming years, your belief system, spiritual path, and personal philosophy will undergo profound evolution and change. And you may feel drawn to mystical teachings, alternative belief systems, or even humanitarian causes. However, Mercury can also bring a little bit of idealism and illusion, so be mindful of misleading information or over-romanticizing visions of the future. And if you've been considering an academic, legal, or spiritual pursuit, balance intuition with your practicality. And by the end of March, you would have undergone a period of deep reflection, career assessment, financial shifts, and major personal growth. Some belief systems, relationships, or financial structures may perhaps fade away, but only to make room for opportunities that align with your true path. And this is a month to trust the process, embrace transformation, and prepare for a new chapter in your career, finances, and spiritual journey. So for Leo, this is a profound March for you and could really shape things up for your future that lies ahead. So let me know below how you're experiencing this. And of course, if you like this, please feel free to like and share and perhaps even subscribe to the channel to help it grow. See you soon. So for Virgos, brace yourself. March is one of the most significant months of the year for you. So with Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two powerful eclipses, and Neptune moving into Aries for the first time in over 150 years, this is a month about reassessing relationships, finances, personal identity, and long-term commitments. This is a period of deep transformation, healing, and important revelations that will shape your next chapter. And if things feel a little bit uncertain or pause, trust that the universe is aligning you with your true path. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, a tropical Western astrologer, and I would love to have you here on the channel. So if you like the type of videos, please like and subscribe so you can receive future weekly and monthly updates. So let's begin. So the month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, and it activates your 8th house of transformation, shared finances, intimacy, and emotional depth. Venus governs relationships, love, and money, and in retrograde motion, it asks you to slow down and reassess your emotional and financial commitments. You may find yourself reevaluating joint agreements, joint investment, debts, inheritances, or even the level of trust in your close relationships. And old emotional wounds around power dynamics or love or money may resurface, asking you for healing and even resolution. Past relationships may enter your life, not necessarily to rekindle, but to provide clarity and even closure. And since 8th house also deals with endings and transformation, this is a period of deep emotional rebirth. You may experience moments of vulnerability, but this is all part of letting go of the past fears and limitation. And then, on March the 3rd, Mercury enters Aries, also highlighting your 8th house. This brings intense conversations, financial discussions, and deep introspection. Mercury in Aries is bold and direct, so be mindful of maybe speaking impulsively about these matters, especially in sensitive conversations about money, trust, and even intimacy. And then comes one of the biggest moments of the month, March the 14th, and this is the lunar eclipse on Virgo, lighting up your first house of self, identity, and personal goals. Lunar eclipses bring major endings, turning points, and emotional revelations. This one is about you, your identity, your physical body, and the way that you show up in the world. A chapter of your life is coming to a close, making space for new and more authentic versions of yourself to show to the world. And you might be changing your appearance, shifting career paths, or letting go of old, outdated self-perceptions. And since the eclipse is on the south node, it encourages you to release old versions of yourself, outdated belief systems, and self-imposed limitations. And if you've been stuck in a role that no longer serves you, this specific eclipse will make it clear what needs to change and let go. Some Virgos may decide to step away from a draining relationship, job, or situation that no longer aligns with their true self. And the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back to the 8th house of financial and emotional entanglements. Mercury retrograde is time to review, reassess, and rework these plans rather than take bold and new action. And if you've been dealing with financial matters or negotiation or deep personal healing, expect delays, revisions, or the need to clarify the terms. This is a time to be thorough in reviewing financial agreement. So avoid signing financial contracts and revisit emotional patterns that need closure. And then on the 20th of March, the Sun enters Aries, further energizing your 8th house, while Mercury retrograde is urging you for careful reflection. The Sun brings light and awareness to financial partnerships and investments, and even personal transformations. So you may feel a renewed focus on taking control of finances, understanding your emotional depth, and strengthening your intimate bonds. However, with Mercury still in retrograde, take your time before making these financial decisions or even final decisions regarding money and deep commitments. And by March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting your focus to your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and commitments. This is time to reevaluate your closest connections, both romantic and professional. Venus retrograde here often brings past relationships or unresolved relationship issues back into focus. So you may reconnect with an ex, revisit an old dynamic in a partnership, or even gain clarity about what truly needs to change in a relationship. This is a powerful time to reflect on whether your current relationships align with your values and even long-term goals. And then, on the 29th of March, the final solar eclipse in Aries activates your 8th house, marking a fresh beginning in financial and your emotional world. This is the last eclipse in Aries in a long time, making it a defining moment for your long-term security and transformation. So a new financial opportunity, a deep emotional breakthrough, or a major change in your intimate relationship may unfold. And you may find yourself stepping into a greater financial dependent role, renegotiating joint assets, or releasing emotional baggage that perhaps has held you back. This is also an incredibly powerful moment for reclaiming your power, healing emotional wounds, and setting new boundaries in relationships. And then the energy shifts again on March 30th when Mercury moves back into Pisces, bringing a more emotional and intuitive focus to your 7th house of relationships. So conversations with partners, both romantic and business, may become more reflective, heartfelt, and even open-ended. If misunderstandings have occurred, this is a perfect time to clear things up, but clarity may still take time to develop. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in 150 years, beginning a long-term transformation in your 8th house. So over the coming years, your relationship with money, power, intimacy, and personal transformation will undergo profound shifts. You may feel drawn to spiritual, metaphysical subjects, or even seek deeper emotional healing, or perhaps experience new ways of relating to financial and emotional securities. However, Neptune can also bring a little bit of confusion, illusion, or unrealistic expectations to financial and intimate matters. So it's very important to stay grounded and practical in long-term financial decisions during this very long transit. And by the end of March, you'll have undergone a deep period of self-reflection, financial reassessment, and emotional healing, and even relationship realignment. Some financial structures, partnerships, or emotional patterns may perhaps fade away, but only to make room for brand new opportunities that align with your true path. And this is an incredible month to trust the process, embrace transformation, and prepare for a new chapter and a personal financial evolution. So for Virgo, this is a very, very spiritual and introspective month that lays the path for the future that lies ahead. Big one. So if you're enjoying this content, I would love for you to subscribe, like, or even share on to someone that may appreciate it. And see you on the next one. Bye. So for Libra, get ready. March is a month of profound change, intense self-reflection, and powerful new beginnings in relationships, finances, and personal growth. And with Venus, your ruling planet, in retrograde, Mercury retrograde, two powerful eclipses, and Neptune entering Aries for the first time in over 150 years. The universe is urging you to reassess your closest relationships, financial commitments, and long-term goals. This is a time of course correction, healing, and renewal. And while some areas of your life may feel uncertain, trust that everything is shifting to bring you closer to your partnerships, financial stability, and everything that you truly deserve. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider, a tropical Western astrologer, and I would love to see you again on this channel. So if you like these type of videos, please like and subscribe and perhaps share on to someone that may appreciate it. Let's carry on. So the month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your 7th house of relationship, partnerships, and commitments. Venus retrograde here signals a time of a deep reflection on your romantic and business relationships. And you may find yourself reevaluating your current relationships or revisiting past partnerships or even questioning what you truly need from relationships. This is not the time to rush into brand new commitment, but rather to understand patterns in your current relationship and whether they are serving to your highest good. Some Librans may experience the return of an ex-partner or unresolved issues perhaps resurfacing, or the need to redefine a current partnership. And since the 7th house also covers contract, business partnership, this retrograde may bring a review of legal agreements, business deals, or collaborations. And then on the 3rd of March, Mercury enters Aries, adding more energy and conversation to your relationships. So you may find yourself having important discussions, renegotiating agreements, or re-examining relationship dynamics. However, be mindful, Mercury in Aries can make communications more direct and impulsive, so think before you speak. And then comes a major shift on March the 14th, and it's the lunar eclipse in Virgo, activating the 12th house of subconscious, hidden patterns, and spiritual healing. Eclipses bring major endings and revelations and emotional turning points, and this eclipse encourages you to reassess old fears, break free from subconscious blocks, and let go of limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. And since the South Node is all about clearing out emotional baggage and healing from past wounds, and of course closing chapters of your life, you may feel more drawn to be introspective and to solitude, or even finding yourself revisiting memories that perhaps need closure. This is a very potent time for therapy, meditation, or inner healing work. And if you've been avoiding facing certain emotions, this eclipse will bring them to the surface for release and even transformation. And the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling the focus back to the 7th house of relationships. So Mercury retrograde is a great time for reflection, reassessment, and refining rather than rushing things forward. And you may experience a few delays in miscommunications in relationships or issues resurfacing. The need to clarify your expectations in partnerships is crucial. And if an ex-past relationship returns, consider whether it's about rekindling or even closure. Business partnerships may also require negotiation, review contracts, or adjustments to long-term agreements. And then on March the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, further highlighting your 7th house, while Mercury in retrograde still urges caution and patience in relationships. The Sun's presence brings clarity and confidence and a deeper understanding of your needs in relationships and partnerships. This is a time to focus on balance and mutual respect, and of course long-term commitment, rather than rushing into anything new. And by March the 27th, Venus retrograde backs into Pisces and shifts your focus to your 6th house of work, health, and daily routine. This brings a shift in how you approach your daily habits, job, and well-being. So you may revisit old work projects, reconnect with previous job opportunities, or even reconsider how you balance work and your personal life. And since Venus rules beauty and self-care, you might also feel drawn to revamp your wellness routine or return to a past health practice. And if workplace relationships have been challenging, this is a time for reassessing your professional connections. And then on March the 29th, the final solar eclipse in Aries activates your 7th house, making a powerful new beginning in relationships. This is the last Aries eclipse for a very long time, making it a defining moment for relationships and personal partnerships. So a new relationship or business collaboration or contract may emerge, setting the stage for long-term commitment. And if you've been contemplating a major change in your relationship, this eclipse will push you to take decisive action in this. But since Mercury is still in retrograde, things may take some time to unfold fully, but trust that there is a new start to a significant new chapter. And then the energy shifts again on March the 30th, when Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive and reflective tone to your 6th house of work and health. Conversations about job responsibility, daily habits, and wellness may take on a deeper meaning. And if you've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed by work, this transit encourages you to find more balance and harmony in your daily life. And on the very, very same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in over 150 years. And this begins a long-term transformation in your 7th house of relationships. Over the coming years, your approach to partnerships, love, and commitments will significantly evolve and in profound ways. And you may feel drawn to soulmate-like connections or creative collaborations or relationships with a spiritual or intuitive depth. However, Neptune can also bring a few illusions or unrealistic expectations in relationships, so it's important to stay grounded in reality. And if you're seeking a deeper emotional connection, this transit will help you dissolve barriers and open yourself up to new forms of love in partnerships. And by the end of March, you would have undergone deep emotional reflection, relationship reassessment, and new beginnings in your partnerships and career. So some relationships may naturally fade away, but it's only to make room for connections that truly align to what serves your greater good. And this month is a month to trust the process, embrace in transformation, and prepare for a new chapter in love, business, and personal evolution. So for Libra, how profound! So many new revelations and changes in your 7th house of partnerships. And this could truly be beneficial for you going forward. So if you liked this video, I would love to see you in the future. So please remember to like and share and perhaps even subscribe to the channel to help it grow. See you soon. For Scorpio, March is set to be one of the most transformative months of the year for you. With Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two powerful eclipses and Neptune entering Aries for the first time in over 150 years. This month is about reassessing your work, health, relationships, and daily routines, and of course, long-term vision. The universe is asking you to pause, reflect, and to make course corrections where needed. So some things may feel uncertain or even on hold, but this is an opportunity to restructure key areas of your life for greater success, stability, and emotional well-being. So expect major realizations, breakthroughs, and shifts in how you manage your career, approach your health, and engage with your closest relationships. So the month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, which activates your 6th house of work, health, and daily responsibilities. And of course, service. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and finances. And moving backwards in this area urges you to reconsider your work-life balance, reassess professional relationships, and redefine your approach to self-care. So are you truly happy with your job? And are you prioritizing your well-being, or are you burning yourself out? Venus retrograde in the 6th house can bring delays in work projects, shift in team dynamics, or even a return to an old job or a co-worker from the past. This is time to reevaluate your professional path and consider your current routines and whether they align with your long-term well-being. And if a past opportunity perhaps resurfaces, take time to reflect before making any permanent decisions. And financially, this could also prompt a review of your spending habits related to health, work, or fitness routines. And then on March the 3rd, Mercury re-enters Aries, adding a mental boost to your 6th house, where you'll be focused on problem solving, organizing your daily schedule, and improving efficiency. But be mindful, Mercury in Aries moves very, very fast, and impatience could lead to errors. And then comes a major turning point on March the 14th. The lunar eclipse in Virgo lights up your 11th house of friendship, networking, and long-term goals. Eclipses bring major endings, turning points, and even new revelations. And this one is asking you to reassess outdated friendships, reevaluate your social connections, and even rethink your aspirations for the future. And since this eclipse falls on the South Node, it highlights letting go of what no longer serves you. So perhaps certain friendships, social circles, or professional networks no longer align with your personal evolving self. This could also mark the end of a group project, leading to a position in an organization or a goal that no longer excites you. And if you've perhaps been struggling in a toxic friendship, or an unfulfilling group dynamic, or even an outdated long-term dream, this specific eclipse will push you to release and move forward. And on the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling back your attention to your 6th house of work and health. So Mercury retrograde is a time to review, revise, and refine, rather than to take drastic action. So you may find yourself reevaluating workspace dynamics, adjusting daily work habits, or dealing with delays in professional projects. So if you've been considering a career shift, new fitness routine, or a lifestyle change, now is the perfect time to fine-tune your approach rather than making big impulsive moves. And since Mercury rules communication, expect delays in emails, work projects, or even misunderstandings in team collaborations. And perhaps if you've been dealing with a medical or wellness-related matter, this is a great time to research alternative approaches but avoid major decisions until Mercury moves forward again. And then on March the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, adding a fresh energy to your 6th house. So while Mercury is retrograde, it's urging patience. The Sun brings clarity to focus and renewed motivation and structure in your daily life. And this is an opportunity to align your routines with your long-term goals and prioritize self-care. And of course, redefine your work habits. However, with Mercury still retrograde in motion, be flexible and unexpected adjustments may be needed before you see future progress. By March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting its focus to your fifth house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. This brings a deep review of your love life, creative projects, and sources of joy. So old flames may reappear, or you may find yourself revisiting a creative passion that you once perhaps abandoned. And if you're feeling disconnected from romance or your artistic inspiration, this transit invites you to rediscover what your heart truly loves. And since Venus also governs financial matters, you may need to reassess investments related to hobbies, entertainment, or even your children. Then on March the 29th, the final solar eclipse in Aries activates your sixth house, making a powerful new beginning in your career, health, and daily responsibilities. This is the last Aries eclipse for a very, very long time, making it an absolutely defining moment in how you structure your work life and your well-being. So a new job opportunity, leadership role, or a major lifestyle change could emerge, and this may push you forward to step in a brand new level of personal responsibility. And perhaps if you've been feeling a little bit unfulfilled in your daily routine or even work environment, this eclipse will propel you forward so you can get onto your career path properly. However, since Mercury is still in retrograde, allow things to unfold gradually rather than pushing things and rushing forward. And then the energy shifts again on March the 30th when Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing an intuitive and emotional tone to your fifth house of creativity and romance. So conversations may feel more heartful, creative ideas may flow more easily, and emotional expression will be heightened. This is an incredible time to reconnect with your artistic passions and explore new ways of expressing love and perhaps engage in meaningful conversations with your loved ones. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in over 150 years, beginning a long-term transformation in your sixth house of work and health. So over the coming years, your approach to career, wellness, and daily routines will undergo a major shift. And you may feel drawn to a more holistic or even creative or spiritually fulfilling career path. However, Neptune can also bring illusion, confusion, or even unrealistic expectations. So it is very important to stay grounded in this practical reality when making any professional, health-related decisions. And if you're perhaps considering a career change, holistic health practices, or creative work, this transit will encourage you to explore these specific paths, but balance your intuition with your logic. And by the end of March, you will have navigated deep career responsibility, emotional healing, and social realignment. And of course, changes to how you approach your work life and your balance within. Some paths may close, but only to make room for fulfilling opportunities that align with your true self. This is a month to trust the process, embrace transformation, and prepare for a new phase of empowerment in creativity and your personal success. So wow, Scorpio, this is a impactful month to say the least. And it's obviously going to set up for upcoming months going forward. So just enjoy, take it all in, especially in your stride with all these retrogrades. And of course, let me know in the below comments how you're feeling this. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to like, subscribe, and perhaps share on with someone that may appreciate it. Till next time. For Sagittarius, March is a pivotal month of self-discovery, major transitions, and deep reflection into your love life, career, and creative expression. With Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two powerful eclipses and Neptune entering Aries for the first time in over 150 years. This time, the universe is encouraging us to pause, reflect, reset, and realize with our true passions. So some things may feel delayed or uncertain, but this is all part of a larger shift, setting us up for greater success and personal fulfillment. So expect revelations in love, creative breakthroughs, and new career directions to take place. The month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your 5th house of romance, creativity, and self-expression, and of course, pleasure. Venus governs love, beauty, and finances. And in retrograde motion, it's asking you to revisit past romantic connections, reassess creative projects, and redefine what truly brings you joy. And if a past lover or creative endeavor resurfaces, ask yourself if it aligns with who you are right now. And Venus retrograde in the 5th house can also bring nostalgia for past relationships or even artistic inspirations that once fueled your passions. So you may feel a strong urge to reconnect with an old hobby, explore a forgotten talent, or reconsider what makes you truly happy. And since Venus also rules finances, you may reassess how you invest in creative projects, entertainment, or even love itself. And then on March the 3rd, Mercury re-enters Aries, and this brings an activation to mental activity, quick conversations, and quick assessments. So expect conversations about romance, discussions around creative projects or endeavors, or deep reflections about what truly excites you. However, with Mercury in Aries being so bold and impulsive, be mindful of jumping to conclusions or expressing yourself too bluntly in love matters. Then comes a major career turning point. On March the 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo lights up your 10th house of career and public image, and of course, long-term aspirations. So eclipses bring powerful endings, transformations, and revelations. And this one is about closing a chapter in your professional life to make space for something new and exciting. So you may complete a long-term project, leave a job, or step away from a career that no longer aligns with your future vision. But since this eclipse falls on the south node, it signals a time for release, letting go of outdated career goals, or even professional roles and public expectations that no longer serve you. And if you've been stuck in a professional identity or uncertain about the right direction, this eclipse will make things even clearer. So some Sagittarians may experience recognition for past efforts, a shift in leadership roles, or a need to reconsider their public reputation. And the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back into your 5th house of passions and self-expression. Mercury retrograde is a time for reflection, review, and fine-tuning rather than rushing forward. So you may feel drawn to revisit a past creative project, rekindle a romantic connection, or reconsider how you share your talents with the world at large. And if you've been involved in creative work, expect delays, revisions, or a need to rework certain ideas before launching them. And since Mercury rules communication, be cautious of how you express yourself in love and artistic collaborations, because misunderstandings may arise. And if old flame returned, think twice before diving back into it. Are they aligned with your present self, or just a reminder of the past? And then on March 20th, the Sun enters Aries, bringing a fresh energy with confidence to your 5th house. While Mercury retrograde still urges caution, the Sun's presence illuminates creative passion, love matters, and personal joy. So you may feel energized to explore new hobbies, romantic interests, or artistic pursuits. However, with Mercury still in retrograde motion, take your time before making big decisions in love or creative projects. And by March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting your focus to your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. This brings a shift in how you view security, comfort, and relationships within your home life. So you may visit a past family dynamic, reconnect with childhood memories, or even reconsider your living situation. And some Sagittarians may feel drawn to redecorate, relocate, or even to address unresolved family emotional patterns. And since Venus also rules love and finances, this could be a time on reflecting on past romantic choices and how they've shaped your emotional stability. And then on the 29th of March, the final solar eclipse in Aries activates your fifth house, making it a powerful new beginning in romance, creativity, and even self-expression. This is the last Aries eclipse for a very long time, making it a defining moment in how you express yourself in love and creativity. So a new romantic connection, artistic endeavor, or even a personal project may emerge, bringing a renewed sense of excitement. And if you've been hesitant about putting yourself out there romantically, this eclipse could push you forward. However, since Mercury is still retrograde, allow things to unfold naturally rather than rushing into any new commitments. And the energy shifts once again on the 30th of March when Mercury moves back into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive and emotional tone to your fourth house of home and family. So conversations with family members may become deeper, more reflective, and if you've been dealing with family-related misunderstandings, this is an amazing time for healing and even emotional clarity. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries for the first time in over 150 years, beginning a long-term transformation in your fifth house of creativity, romance, and even self-expression. So over the next coming years, your approach to love, passions, and artistic pursuits will undergo profound evolution. And you may feel more drawn to spiritual, mystical, or even deeply emotional forms of self-expression. However, Neptune can also bring illusions and unrealistic expectations in love and creative projects. So staying grounded in reality will be essential during this transit. And if you're seeking a meaningful romance connection, this transit will open your heart to deeper and emotional experiences. So for Sagittarius, by the end of March, you will have experienced a deep reflection in love, creativity, career, and even home life. Some relationships or creative paths or even career directions may fade away, but only to make space for new opportunities that truly align with your true self. So this is a month of trust in your instincts and embrace transformation to prepare for an exciting new phase in love, art, and personal fulfillment. So for Sagittarius, what a powerful and emotionally fulfilling month this is for you. So let me know in the below comments how it's going for you. And of course, if you like this type of videos, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and even share on with someone that may appreciate it. Cheers for now. So for Capricorn, March is a month of deep transformation, reassessment, and major realignments in both your personal and professional life. So with Venus and Mercury retrograde, two powerful eclipses and Neptune changing signs, this is a time when the universe is asking you to pause, reflect, and to restructure the key areas of your life. So the focus will be your home, career, and relationships, and your emotional well-being. Certain things will be unclear or even on hold, but trust that everything is shifting to align with a stronger and more authentic foundation. So the month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your fourth house of home, family, and emotional security. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and finances, moving backwards in this area, urges you to reconsider your relationship with family, your living situation and your personal sense of security. So have you been neglecting your emotional needs, or do you need to feel at home where you are? So Venus retrograde in the fourth house brings family matters back into focus, prompting discussions about past issues, ancestral ties, or even estate decisions. And some Capricorns may feel an urge to reconnect with family members they haven't spoken to in a while, or feel nostalgic about in the past. And since Venus also governs finances, this could be a fantastic time of reevaluating property investments, home expenses, or even shared living arrangements. And then on March the 3rd, Mercury re-enters Aries, bringing a mental focus on domestic matters, real estate, and family conversations. However, be mindful, as Mercury in Aries is very direct and sometimes even impulsive. So try to approach sensitive discussions with patience and care. And then comes a major career shift. March the 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo is lighting up your ninth house of exploration, travel, and higher learning and belief systems. Eclipse brings major endings, transformations, and revelations. And this one is asking you to release outdated beliefs, educational pursuits, or long-time versions of yourself that no longer matter anymore. And since this eclipse falls on the south node, it highlights letting go of limiting worldviews, outdated educational paths, or even unnecessary obligations that no longer serve your growth or even your career growth. You may be forced to complete a degree, leaving behind a legal matter, or shift your views on spirituality and philosophies. And some Capricorns may experience an ending in international affairs, such as a conclusion of a long-term distant relationship, or a relocation or a change in immigration or travel plans, or perhaps you travel overseas for business. This may also change. And on the very next day, March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back into the fourth house of home, family, and domestic issues. Mercury retrograde is an amazing time to review, reflect, and revise rather than to push forward. And you may find yourself reevaluating your living situation, revisiting family discussions, or reconsidering property-related decisions. And if you've been thinking about moving, selling a home, or renovating, delays or second thoughts may even arise. And since Mercury rules communications, maybe expect a few misunderstandings with family relationships or delayed in paperwork or related real estate issues. Then on the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, adding fresh energy to your fourth house. And while Mercury is still urging patience, the Sun brings clarity, focus, and renewed motivation to address family matters and home-related decisions. So you may feel more determined to establish a sense of stability in your personal life. However, with Mercury still in retrograde motion, allow a little bit of flexibility in your plans, as adjustments may be needed before you see clear progress. And by March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting its focus back into your third house of communication, learning, and local travel. This brings a deep review of how you communicate with those around you. So old conversations may resurface, and you may reconnect with siblings or childhood friends, or even past projects related to writing, teaching, or public speaking. And these may come more into focus. And if you've been dealing with miscommunications or misunderstandings, or even issues with contracts, this is a perfect time for clarification and rectification rather than immediate action. And then on March the 29th, the final solar eclipse in Aries activates your fourth house, making this a powerful new beginning in home and family matters. This is the very last eclipse in Aries for a long, long time, making it a defining moment for your personal security and emotional foundations. So a new home, a family change, or a major realization about your own personal inner needs may arise. And if you've been feeling uncertain about where you belong, this eclipse will push you forward to clarity and even resolution. However, since Mercury is still retrograde, allow things to develop organically rather than pushing into decisions too quickly. And the energy shifts again on the 30th of March when Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive and reflective tone to your third house of communication. So conversations with siblings, neighbors, or even co-workers may take on a deeper emotional meaning. And if you've been struggling with misunderstandings, this is the perfect time for healing and even open discussions. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries, bringing a long-term transformation to your fourth house of home and family. So over the coming years, your relationship with your personal life, family history, and sense of security will undergo major evolution. So you may feel drawn to move more to a spiritual, creative, or even unconventional approach to your home and emotional well-being. However, Neptunes can also bring a little bit of confusion, illusions, or unrealistic expectations regard to family dynamics or even living situations. So if you're considering moving, buying property, or reconnecting with family, this transit will encourage a deep and emotional connection, but there is also a need for clarity. And by the end of March, you will have undergone a deep reflection of your career path, home life, and long-term vision. So some relationships or professional directions, or even living situations may fade away, but only to make space for new and fulfilling opportunities that align with your own true self. So this is a month to trust the process, embrace in transformation, and prepare for a new phase of empowerment, stability, and personal success. So for Capricorns, this is a deeply personal and profound month for you that's going to carry on forward to the following months to come. So let me know in the below comments how you're feeling about this. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please will you subscribe, like, and even share on to someone that may appreciate it. Cheers for now. For Aquarius, March is set to be one of the most mentally stimulating and transformative months of the entire year for you. So with Venus and Mercury retrogrades, two powerful eclipses, and Neptune shifting signs, the universe is pushing you to rethink how you communicate, restructure your financial mindset, and realign with your long-term goals. This is a month of mixed, intense reflection, changes in your financial world, and important decisions about education, travel, and your belief systems. So the energy calls for slowdown and reassessment, urging you to process the past before leaping into the future. So trust that whatever pauses, delays, or shifts occur are clearing the way for something even better. So the month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your third house of communication, learning, travel, and close relationships. So Venus retrograde in this area urges you to rethink how you communicate with those around you, including siblings, co-workers, and even close friends. So have certain conversations been unresolved? And have past misunderstandings created distance between you and someone important? These are the questions that you could perhaps ask yourself. So old conversations, unfinished projects, and past social connections may resurface, giving you a chance to gain clarity or closure. This is also an incredible time to reassess your creative writing, public speaking, or teaching, or even learning opportunities. So you may feel drawn to revisit a skill, return to a course of study, or reconsider a short-term plan that was previously put on hold. And since Venus also governs finances, there may be discussions around contracts, negotiations, or financial agreements related to communication or even education. And then on the 3rd of March, Mercury enters Aries, further activating your third house and increasing your mental energy. So expect to feel more talkative, expressive, and eager to share your ideas. But be mindful, Mercury in Aries can bring an impulsive touch, so missed communications or the urge to say things without thinking them through could arise. And then comes a major financial shift. On March the 14th, the lunar eclipse in Virgo lights up your 8th house of shared resources, debts, and financial partnerships, and of course, emotional transformation. So eclipses bring major endings and turning points and revelation, and this one is about releasing outdated financial obligations, emotional baggage, or dependency on others. And since this eclipse falls on the south node, it signals a time of letting go, whether it's a joint financial agreement, a toxic emotional connection, or a limiting belief about your money. And some Aquariuses may pay off a debt, finalize a divorce settlement, or make an important decision about investments. And emotionally, this eclipse can feel intense as it pushes you to face deeper fears and power struggles or even unresolved wounds connected to trust and intimacy. And on the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back to your 3rd house of communication and learning. So Mercury retrograde is a time of review, revise, and to rethink rather than to push forward. So expect to revisit old conversations, rewrite documents, or even adjust travel or educational plans. And if you've been reconsidering publishing something, launching a project, or signing a contract, it's best to wait until Mercury moves direct. And since Mercury rules technology and communication delays, misunderstandings or misdirected messages may be common. So double check your emails and your travel details. And then on the 20th of March, the Sun enters Aries, bringing a fresh energy and confidence to your 3rd house. While Mercury retrograde is still urging patience, the Sun present illuminates learning opportunities and important conversations, and even mental breakthroughs. So you may feel more determined to express yourself clearly and share your ideas or even reconnect with people from your past. However, with Mercury still retrograde in motion, it's best to observe and gather information rather than to make serious decisions and push things forward. And by March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting your focus to the 2nd house of personal finances and self-worth, and of course, material security. This brings a deep review of your financial habits, income sources, and relationship with money. So have you been overspending? Or have you been undervaluing yourself at work? These are also additional questions that you could ask yourself during this period. Venus retrograde in the 2nd house pushes you to rethink your financial goals and reassess what truly matters to you. So some Aquariuses may feel drawn to revisit old financial opportunities, job opportunities, or renegotiate salaries, perhaps even change financial plans that need a second review. And then on the 29th of March, the final solar eclipse is in Aries, which activates your 3rd house, making it a powerful new beginning in communication, education, and short-term travel. This is the last of Aries eclipses for a very long time, making it a defining moment in how you process information, interact with others, and share your knowledge. So a new job opportunity, speaking engagement, or educational-related breakthrough may emerge, pushing you to a new phase of self-expression. And if you've been thinking about learning a new skill, starting a blog, podcast, or writing project, this eclipse will give you the motivation it needs to make this thing happen. However, since Mercury is still in retrograde motion, allow things to develop gradually rather than pushing things forward too fast. So the energy shifts again on March the 30th when Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive and reflective tone to your second house of finances and self-worth. So conversations about money and values and income may become more emotional or require deeper thought. And if you've been feeling uncertain about your financial stability, this is an incredible time to reflect on long-term goals and how you create more stability. And on the very same day, Neptune enters Aries, beginning a long-term transformation in your third house of communication and learning, and of course, mental perception. So over the coming years, your thought process, communication style, and approach to information undergoes a profound shift. And you may feel drawn to more spiritual, intuitive, or even creative ways of thinking and learning. However, Neptune can also bring illusion or confusion in how you process information, making it essential to double-check facts and even avoid assumptions. And by the end of March, you would have experienced deep mental shifts, financial reassessments, and new beginnings in how you communicate and how you navigate relationships. So some connections, thought patterns, or financial habits may even fade away, but it's only to make space for the new and fulfilling opportunities that align with your personal evolving path. So this is a month to trust your instincts, embrace transformation, and prepare for a new phase of clarity, stability, and intellectual growth. So for Aquarius, how profound! And this month is an amazing setup for the next 6 months going forward. This is truly transformative. So let me know in the below comments how you're feeling. And of course, if you're enjoying this, please feel free to like, subscribe, and even share on with someone that may appreciate it. Cheers for now. So for Pisces, March is set to be a month of profound financial, personal, and spiritual transformation. With Venus and Mercury both retrograde, two powerful eclipses, and Neptune entering Aries, the universe is nudging you to slow down, reassess your priorities, and embrace a new chapter of self-worth and stability. The focus will be on finances, self-esteem, relationships, and how you define security in your life. While some areas may feel uncertain, trust that this period is clearing away old, outdated structures and to create a space for something more aligned with your personal spirit. So the month begins with Venus retrograde in Aries on the 2nd of March, activating your second house of money, possessions, and self-worth, and of course, personal values. Venus governs love, beauty, and finances, and in retrograde motion, it urges you to reassess your financial situation, spending habits, and relationship with personal and material security. So are you valuing yourself enough? And have you been neglecting your financial health? These are questions you could ask yourself. And Venus retrograde in the second house often brings delays in payments, unexpected expenses, or a re-evaluation of how you earn and perhaps manage money. So some Pisceans may feel the need to redefine what success and abundance truly means to them, shifting their focus onto financial wealth and emotional and spiritual fulfillment. So you may also reconnect with past financial sources, consider revisiting a financial project, or renegotiate contracts and business agreements. And since Venus also rules relationships, this could bring up questions about your financial dependency, of shared resources, or whether your partnerships align with your true values. And then on March 3rd, Mercury enters Aries, further activating your second house and increasing your mental focus on money matters. So you might feel the need to and more motivated to analyze your financial plans, set new goals, or seek advice on financial planning. However, be mindful of Mercury in Aries as it can be impulsive, so avoid rushing into any financial decision. And then comes a major realization and personal shift. On the 14th of March, the lunar eclipse in Virgo lights up your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, and one-on-one relationships. So eclipses bring major endings, transformations, and revelations. And this one is asking you to reevaluate your closest and most intimate relationships, both romantic, business, and personal. And since the eclipse falls on the south node, it signals a time for release. So letting go of outdated relationships, toxic connections, or unbalanced partnerships. So you may feel the need to end a relationship, renegotiate business partnerships, or gain deep insights into your relational needs. And some Pisceans may experience a karmic turning point in love, finally closing a chapter in a long-term situation that no longer serves you. And if you've been compromising too much or avoiding necessary conversations, this specific eclipse will push you to stand in your own personal truth. And then the very next day, on March the 15th, Mercury stations retrograde in Aries, pulling your focus back to your 2nd house of finances and self-worth. Mercury retrograde is a time to review, refine, and rework plans rather than pushing forward. So expect to revisit old financial matters, delay purchases, and rethink your long-term financial strategies. And if you've been reconsidering launching a new income stream, investing, or even making a big purchase, it's best to hold off until Mercury goes direct. Since Mercury rules communications, misunderstandings about money may arise, so double-check contracts, pay agreements, and important documents. And then on the 20th, the Sun enters Aries, bringing fresh energy and confidence to your 2nd house. So while Mercury retrograde is still urging patience, the Sun's presence illuminates financial matters, and it helps you see where improvements can be made. So you may be feeling more determined to increase your income, redefine your sense of security, and even claim your worth. However, with Mercury still in retrograde motion, it's best to redefine plans rather than to take immediate action. And by March the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, shifting its focus to your 1st house of self-identity and personal reinvention. This brings a period of deep reflection as you reconsider your image, personal desires, and how you present yourself to the world. So you may feel the urge to redefine your personal style, rethink your approach to relationships, or even reconnect with the past versions of yourself. And this is a powerful time to embrace love, recognize patterns in relationships, and release the need for external validation. Some Pisceans may feel drawn to revisit past relationships dynamics, or reconnect with old flames, or redefine what love truly means to them. But since Venus also governs beauty, you might feel inclined to change your appearance or refresh your wardrobe. But it's best to wait until Venus goes direct before major aesthetic changes. And then on March the 29th, the final solar eclipse in Aries activates your 2nd house, marking a powerful new beginning in finances and self-worth. This is the last of Aries eclipses for a very long time, making it a powerful moment in how you handle money, set financial goals, and value yourself. So a new job opportunity, income source, or even financial breakthrough could arise, pushing you to move to a more empowered financial position for yourself. And if you've been feeling insecure about your earning potential or struggling with self-worth, this eclipse will give you the motivation to claim your value and even take action. However, since Mercury is still retrograde, allow things to develop gradually rather than making hasty and financial commitments. And the energy shifts again on March 30th when Mercury moves into Pisces, bringing a more intuitive and reflective tone to your first house and personal identity. So conversations about self-expression, goals, and your personal brand may take on a deeper and emotional meaning to you. And if you've been feeling uncertain about your next steps forward, this could be a great time for introspection and even clarity. And on the same day, Neptune enters Aries, beginning a long-term transformation in your second house of finances and values. So over the next coming years, your relationship with money, material possessions, and personal worth will undergo a profound evolution. So you may feel drawn to a more spiritual, artistic, or even unconventional approach to financial success. However, Neptune can bring illusions or financial confusion, so making it essential to stay grounded in reality when making major financial decisions. And if you've been considering investing in a creative, spiritual, or humanitarian project, this transit will encourage you to explore those paths, but caution and practicality is key. And by the end of March, you will have experienced deep reflection, financial reassessment, and major shifts in relationships and your personal identity. So some connections, financial habits, or outdated self-perceptions may fade away, but it's only to make space for new and fulfilling opportunities that align with your personal true self. So this is a month to trust your personal instincts, embrace transformation, and prepare for a new phase of financial and personal empowerment. So for Pisces, what a spiritual and amazing month March is for you. And this will definitely set the tone for the next couple of months going forward. So let me know in the below comments how you're feeling this. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe, like, and even share on with someone that may appreciate it. Cheers for now.